Oi, semen retention, you are trapped and I can get you out. Semen retention, the power, the benefits. But what the hell is semen retention before we get to the power and the benefits of retaining your power, your thing, that colorful thing that looks like glue? Or is mine colorful? Is yours colorful too? If yours is not colorful, I think we have a problem. I might have a problem because mine's colorful. If yours not colorful, hey, what's happening here? This is the last video you'll ever watch. Excuse me, pardon me. This is the last video you'll ever watch on audio, Siemens retention. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Let me program the computer. Computer authorized. Today's topic, semen retention. And some of you have dropped off and you cannot do what is called an audience retention. So goodbye to you. And for those of you that stay, semen retention, this is the last video we'll watch on it. With that being said, semen retention is basically when you're pulling your cocky too much. You've turned something as simple as a biological something that we need for biological reproduction into a pleasure movement, into fun, into something that you can't let go. Whenever you're a bit bored or your dopamine drops or something, you just feel bored. Why I never get bored, that's a topic for another video. Why you get bored, we'll explore that a different time. But did you know that elephants for 7 years do not have sex? Elephants don't have sex for 7 years. If you're pulling your cocky too much, think about that next time. The elephant. But that's the thing here. Okay, let me get into the topic now. The difference between you and the elephant. The elephant is sort of I wouldn't say program or conditioned or condemned. The elephant understands that sex is for reproduction purposes only. The human animal, the human child does not understand that. And it's no fault of your own. Is that your psyche is bombarded by so many ads, so many fine girls, so many nyash of different sizes. Nyash means ass in African, Nigerians slang. There's just so many. You're being bombarded with so many ideas of sex, so many things are pulling you from one side. We're not even going to talk about corn hop and those sort of sites and just people, you know, being exposed to things. So you are a child, basically. You are a child. Your parents had you. They had you. And in that room that they left you in after they had you, there is poison there in the center of the room. It is up to you not to drink the poison. But every loving parent knows that they don't want you to drink the poison. Me, as your dear co-leader, I don't care what you do, whether you drink the poison or not. It is up to you. What is poison in this case? Poison is addiction to corn. That's the poison. There are many poisons in the room, but for this reason, we're going to discuss corn. I have tried Nofap. I have tried semen retention. I lost about 45 days to be exact. I was counting, by the way. I was counting. What I discovered was very strange. When you don't pull your cocky, when you don't wank, bro, there is nothing you can't do. Now, that's going to sound fantastical like this. You're going to wake up tomorrow after I wake up not wanking. All of a sudden, you're a CEO. You are competing with Amazon. Your company's listed on the NASDAQ. You and Jeff Bezos are met. God, you and him every day, you go play football just because you didn't do semen retention. But it is possible. It is possible. Anything is possible if you don't pull your cocky. That sounds like a joke, but it is not. There is nothing that you can't do if you stop wanking, bro. If you stop wanking, all the energy All right, this is the benefits now. All the energy which you every time you wank, you deplete yourself of energy, and then you're back to like you're a couch potato. Doesn't necessarily have to be in a couch, but you're a couch potato now because you depleted yourself of your energy, your life force. You just went, "Rah," and everywhere it goes. What for? Just because you wanted to feel good for it, like a slight moment, and then that this is the weird part. That feeling, you repeat again and repeat again and repeat again. What did Einstein said? Madness is doing the same thing twice. Now I'm not saying don't ever wank, but the problem is you are depleting yourself of energy which you need to tackle every day to day problems. You need to retain your semen in order to talk to girls effectively. As weird as that sound, they are a different breed, bro. These girls, they are a different breed, bro. You are a different breed. If somebody gonna make it sound it's easy to talk to girls, it's not. But when you're on semen retention, that shit gets 10 times easier. It's not even a conversation. You just glance at a girl and she just knows, bro. She feels your presence. You are a god. When you wank or when you haven't wanked for a long time and you just want to get off, the girl can smells it from you, bro. She smells your desperation. The same way a cobra will smell fear from you, the sense fear from your scent. You picked it up, you'll pick up fear. A girl will pick up a desperate dude or who is either somebody who's a chronic wanker, you wankers. Or she'll pick up that you, right, haven't wanked enough. And now, even if she was to just touch you on the shoulder, like, you will come everywhere. She goes to have sex with you, you last like 30 seconds. We don't want that. So we want a perfect, realistic view. We're not going to be one of those people don't ever whack. I went for 2 years with semen retention, or I relapsed. Why do you think those people relapse, bro? From my point of view, I tried Nofap for 45 days. After 3 weeks, so about 21 days and up, this is interesting, and it will actually happen to you. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're white and I'm black. We're all biological machines, bro. This happens to every single one of us. We are all children of the same mother, just different type of flavors. You're a different flavor. I'm a different flavor. That's all that there is. But everything functions the same. Me and you, we are the same. When I tried semen retention, after 21 days, or let's just say after 20 days, 3 weeks, the body is now thinking to itself, like, bro, what is homie doing? He hasn't been pulling his cock. He's not wanking, bro. We need to get rid of this. Think of your body like the whole ecosystem. In the whole of the ecosystem, nothing is wasted. Your semen is not wasted too. This is the same as your poo is not wasted. In the whole ecosystem, right? There's a bigger ecosystem, and you're in that ecosystem. And in you is another bigger ecosystem. So, the ecosystem that is semen wants to somehow, the body wants to get rid of it for reproduction purposes, I've told you. The body wants to get rid of it. It gets rid of after 3 weeks. If you don't get rid of it, if you don't wank for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sorry, about 20 something odd days, you will have the best fantasy dream you ever had in your life. And whatever that fantasy is up to you. I'm not going to discuss how my body forced me to ejaculate in the middle of the night because it just wanted to get rid of it. That's what it does. If you don't wank, bro, your body is going to find a way to get you to wank or to get you to ejaculate. In my case, it gave me the best sort of, I wouldn't say, bro, I have a dream, right? Of what I want to do sexually. It gave me that. And I couldn't hold back, and I just, like a hose, bro, just went. After 3 weeks. That is what will happen to you. That's what is happening. I guarantee you. These people never tell you they go on a weird tangent about, bro. If you're gonna ever subscribe to my page, know that I will tell you some things for real, and I will play along. But I'm never ever gonna answer how you want. Okay? You ejaculate. After 3 weeks, you ejaculate. You didn't relapse, you just allow it. Don't even count that, and you go on for a bit. What will start to happen is, you remember when you first discover you can, wank? Okay? After 45 days, almost 50 days, your body now is going to think, bro, what's wrong with this guy? He's not an elephant, so we can't wait for about 7 years to drag him to a female and try to get him to ejaculate into her and reproduce. No, this is a man child. What do we do with a human child? Oh, that's right. We create more urgency within him. He's already surrounded, subliminally being sent sexual imageries every day. All we need, this is the body conspiring to take you down so you can relapse. All we need is, this guy has to be fed a little bit of ideas. You're fed like an idea. Your body's feeding you ideas because its whole goal, bro, is to get rid of your semen. It wants to get rid of it. You've been holding on for too long. You're way too powerful. You're like somebody on steroid. You're just giddy. You have so much power. Everything in life you just tackle easily. Every hurdle, you jump over it. You jump over it. You get to another hurdle, you jump over it. After a while, when you get to the middle hurdle, so let's say about 40 days, your body now becomes an op, and it will try everything to get you to relapse. If you pass 45 days, 50 days, which I haven't, you will be a god, much more stronger than me. The reason I haven't passed 45 days was I had a clear understanding of what this whole thing is about. The semen retention, the human animal compared to the mammals and different kinds of other animals, and how our sexual reproduction work. I don't wank a lot. I'm not a wanker. And if I was, I'll tell you I'm a wanker. I don't care. I see it as some sort of like a disease. If you're wanking constantly, you have a disease, bro. And I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not that low to make fun of somebody who wanker. But don't feel bad about it, bro. Here's a solution. So I'm not just gonna, abuse you for no reason. We are trying to help. I am trying to help here. I realize you trying to do that semen retention a second time. What am I doing this for? I'm watching a documentary, right? You know, there is an Australian animal called the Attichinus. The Attichinus is like a rat-looking thing with a long nose. Literally, they look like rats or mouses. For you American, they look like maybe rat. A rat is bigger or smaller. I've seen one Attichinus in my life or two. Right? They're not around the house. You gotta go to the bush. These Attichinus lives in bushes. But I've seen one before. The Australian animal, the Attichinus, right, the rat-looking thing, they call them bush rats, right, is condemned. The male Attichinus, when it's mating season, has to go around, right, and biologically, it basically goes around, bro, pushing itself on female Attichinus, basically outwarding them. But it's the whole planetary system, the mating season, everything. This is its purpose. The male Attichinus' whole purpose is to reproduce. And so when the mating season comes, the male Attichinus forgoes food, water, shelter, relationship, the newest video game coming out, who is based and who is not, who's ratioing who. It forgoes TikTok. It forgoes everything that there is. And it just keeps having sex with one after another. It'll have sex with one female Attichinus and it'll go on to the next and it'll go on to the next without stopping or eating or drinking water. And the male Attichinus dies of exertion, exhausted, finished. depleted, its energy gone, and it would have served its purpose in the whole ecosystem, in this beautiful player of ours. That is his job. It's done. Then the new male Vaticanus come, and when the mating season comes again, the same thing happened. The female remain and die of natural death. The male dies during mating season of exhaustion, and just deplete the point that the fact that they've been depleted of their energy going around trying to populate, trying to reproduce. Similarly, by being born a biological being, you are not like the Atachinus exactly, but you are doomed by your biology, unless you're somebody who's asexual and you're just removed from the whole evolutionary tree and you don't even think about sex and it's not something. Then you, in that other case, you are strange, you are abnormal, not in a weird way, no, like actually you are strange and abnormal and there's nothing wrong with that. And you are the exception, the outlier. But in this case, where me and you are not elephants, we can't wait for 7 years, and we're not and the Atachinus, we can't, you know, die during the mating season, just exhausting ourselves, our word, everything and everything we can see on sight until we're exhausted and drop dead. You have a choice. And you can either be a little bitch about it and go do or watch more and more and more and more semen retention videos. I don't watch them, bro. Nofap, this, no. There's people that make a whole YouTube channel out of that stuff, and you're trapped talking about it. How are you free if you're still talking about it after month and month and months and months? You want to be free from semen retention? Just realize the benefits, that there is nothing you can't do if you don't jerk off. And the moment you have to jerk off or pipe, there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure there is a space. Hmm? There is some sort of a space between these. Too much jerking and not enough jerking. There has to be in the middle ground. And the middle ground for me is to just not even think about it. If you're still caught up on semen retention and you're still thinking about it, which means you're still a slave to that shit. We need to reproduce. That's what this whole thing, all this goo and all this is coming from. All this slime. The slime is for you to create your slime. Slime? Don't you get it, slime? Come on, slime. And if you want to create your slime, then slime back. Semen retention is boo-boo. You don't need to do it. You just need to realize that you are a compulsive wanker. And there's nothing wrong with that. But to me, if I was a compulsive wanker, I won't go online and ask people what to do. Because to be honest with you, like most topics I discuss, and the why I talk the way I talk, it's because us human beings, most of you, a lot of you have checked out by now, which is fine, but I'll just leave this here with you. You're not interesting. You're not interested in semen retention. You want to romanticize it. You want to think about it different ways. You want to talk as if you're going to do anything about it. But bro, why are you kidding me? I'm not one of these fucking semen retention content creators. I am Petey. And Petey talks how he wants. And I can see your bullshit because it was my bullshit. You just want to talk about it, do this about it, romanticize it. Oh, I'm doing well. I'm going to try a new semen retention. Bro, you're doing jack shit. You're not doing shit about it. My jacking off stopped the moment I realized that I was bullshitting myself. If you realize that you're bullshitting yourself, that you don't need to pull your cocky, you're a grown ass man, bro. Go do something else. And when you really need to pull your cocky, then do it. But if you do it all the time, and that's where you get most of your pleasure from, then you've turned something as simple as a reproduction need, necessity, an evolutionary necessity into a pleasure movement, just the same way you've turned food into a pleasure movement, you've turned movies, entertainment, everything. The problem is you. You just turn everything into an obsession. You wanker. Wank every 2 weeks or something. Stop thinking about it. And just like that, you will not have an issue with semen retention or wanking. You won't even have to tell yourself, bro. If I have to wank, which is not anytime soon, I had sex yesterday. Bro, there was a time I just kept having sex that when I wanked off, it hurt. I was like, nigga, how the fuck do niggas wank? I was too privileged, nigga, to be used to piping every day. I'm thinking not every day, that's an exaggeration. But bro, I went for some time, a year and a half, almost 2 years, without having to wank because I had female friends somehow. And I think that's the solution. Save your semen in order to acquire the female animal, which I consider a different breed. When you acquire them, you will realize that sex is just something that happened. It's not something you think about. Sit there, put roses onto the bed and ice. And you bring, what do you call it, an ice, and you start being sexy, putting down on your girl and shit. You can do that shit too. That actually is fun. No, I have no actually. But the problem is, bro, we abuse everything. Pulling your cocky is never nice. But if it's something that it has to be done because it's been 3 weeks or, and you're alone and you need to pull one, pull one. But then stop and let the balls get bigger again. Let your nut hangs with full of sack. But if you're just young and dumb, sack full of cum, and all you want to do is just wank, 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 then please remember my story of the Atticus. Please remember what I've told you about the elephant, who are just one step away from enlightenment. The elephants cannot do something that you can do. The elephants are doomed. The Atticus are doomed. All the other animals are doomed. But the man-child, he's not doomed. There is a chance. There's hope. I don't even want to say there's hope, because I don't like to give people hope. There is hope that one day sex will become something of an afterthought to you. As a human child, that is something that is in your evolution. You can come to the point where you don't even care about sex. And all you do is just go through life. But that is another exception type of people. There's something that have to hit you. I am not there. And if it happened to me, I would be very mad because I like to have sex. I'm not trying to stop. I'm not trying to be enlightened so much that I can't have sex, which is the possibility that us human, other than the other animals, have. We have the ability to be enlightened and go past all our biological need. For now, don't beat yourself up, bro, if you are still a slave to some of your, I wouldn't say conditioning or programming. Makes it sound like somebody did this on purpose. If you are a slave to nature, don't blame yourself. That is the nicest thing I can tell anybody. And I'm never ever making a semen retention video. No matter what I learn, new information, fuck off. This is all I need to know because I'm not a wanker. I used to be, And how did I solve it? By realizing it's not a big deal. I was playing a game on myself, watching videos online, trying them out, trying this, then relapsing it. Then I realized, bro, that's not really the problem. The problem is I haven't got enough shit to do in my life. So I always resort to wanking. The moment I had shit to do, wanking took the back seat. And then I actually started having female friends regularly. And so wanking became something alien to me. And if wanking is not alien to you, I don't know what to tell you. Go watch more semen retention videos and do that for a whole year. And do one thing for me, please. Don't be in my audience. Fuck off. because I don't like people that lie to themselves. I like people that tell the truth and get to the bottom. The bottom, if you're a wanker, accept it. But it gets it ill. The moment you accept it, you will be free. Goodbye, Petey Cattlehead out. And see y'all down under.